All right, guys, I am back from YCS Anaheim, and today I'm going to go over how the event went and, tournament report of how my trip went, just general things and thoughts about, Time Wizard moving forward. Uh, this was the second largest Ultimate Time Wizard ever. I'm not surprised because it's in SoCal, so they have large EU community. So it's 309 players, so it was 9 rounds of Suez, cut the top eight. So I'm going to just go over the top eight, the decks and the players, and they actually share the deck list for the top four, which they've never done before. That's interesting. And yeah, so 309 players, and also we had for the first time, at least in the U.S., they had an Attack of the Giant card on day two, which is great because sometimes you go to a YCS purely for Edison. If you scrub out day one, there's not much you can do. If you like, let's say you only play Edison, you don't play Modern Yu-Gi-Oh at all you can really do is join the pods, which once you already got the map, what's the point, right? I guess. But now you have the pods, and you can also day two on Sunday join the Attack of the Giant card single elimination. It was actually, I think it capped at 128 players. We had more people than the modern Giant card. What's crazy, we actually had a lot of modern Yu-Gi-Oh players join the Attack of the Giant card Edison because they wanted the Giant Cyberstein. And shout out to Ned Salkovich, he won the Giant Cyberstein. I think he was playing Black Wings. I don't know. I've known him for a while, and last time I saw him at Indy, he was playing Black Wings. But yeah, congrats to him. I hope they continue doing those moving forward. It gives us Edison players more to look forward to. Heck, the Giant Cyberstein, I'm pretty sure, was worth more than the Giant Black Rose that the main Ultimate Time Wizard tournament won. So we'll see. That was a funny thing is a lot of my friends who were playing modern Yu-Gi-Oh were asking me, do you have any spare Edison decks? And I was like, the one time I didn't bring them, I left them all at home. I was like, nah, I'm not going to need these. If I scrub out in the main event, I'm just going to play Hat or Tengu or Goat. So, yeah. But a few of my modern friends did end up joining. Anyways, so let's go over how the main event went, and then afterwards I'll do a tournament report from my experience. So these are the top eight players. They didn't kind of tell us what decks they were playing, so I don't know exactly who. I only know a few of them who their decks they were using. But the top eight decks were 7 different decks. The only multiples was 2 Black Wings, 1 Vayu, 1 Diva Hero, 1 Fish OTK, 1 X Saber, 1 Psychic Zombies or Instant Zombies, and 1 Light Sworn. I'm sure most of these deck profiles are up on YouTube. I only got one on my channel, which is second place, Mark Garcia with Psychic Zombies or Instant Zombies. So shout out to him. He actually went back-to-back second places. He got second place at the Ultimate Time Wizard in Sacramento with Diva Hero Zombies, and here he is proving he's a great player. He's actually his 4th time getting second place. He's got second place at Nats in 2006 and second place at YCS San Jose 2010. I think he was playing Black Wings at the time. Yeah, so I'm hoping and rooting for him to finally get that win. Maybe he'll get it. I know he's gonna join RBTLA, so we'll see if he can pull it there. Who else do I know what deck they're playing? I know Juan, he was playing Black Wings and he just topped RBT New York, so back-to-back tops for him. And I know Bruce Earl was the winner. I guess he was the 8th seed, and yeah, he ended up winning with Black Wings. And I know Cairo King, a true hero, was on Bayou, and another guy who's on fire, he got top 4 at Sacramento, 3rd place here, and he also got second place at the very first Ultimate Time Wizard a year ago back in Raleigh. So yeah, congrats to these top 8. And this tournament was stacked. There was a lot of faces that I know. Angel Flores, a 3-time YCS champion, entered this tournament. Steven Silverman, I forgot how many YCSs he's won. He's won a singles YCS, 2 3v3 YCS, and he won the 3v3 Ultimate Time Wizard in Vegas earlier this year. So he played. I know, shout out to Barrett Keys. Glad to see him join the Ultimate Time Wizard tournament. He's a 2-time champion and 2-time YCS champion, and he was playing GBs. I was rooting for him, man. And he told me he might start playing more Time Wizard because he says he doesn't like the 20 hand traps in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh. We'll see. So yeah, that's the top 8. Now we'll go quickly over the top 4 deck lists. I'm not gonna look at the zombie deck list because that one's on my channel. If you guys want to go back, and he gave an in-depth, or he gave us I asked some questions about certain cards. So we'll go with first place, Bruce Harris's Black Wing deck. The monster lineup looks pretty standard. 2 Blizzard, 2 Vayu. Some people play 3. Some people play 3 Blizzard or 1 Vayu. That's just preference right there. The spells, 2 Book of Moons, the only thing that stands out. And maybe Mind Control, but I've seen a lot of Blackwing players main deck Mind Control. It's not bad in that deck. 2 Book of Moons is a solid card. It's all right. Can help you out in some scenarios like Book of Mooning 0. I ran it in the past in my Blackwing deck, but I don't know. Maybe I could throw it back in. Now, trap lineup. Heavy trap lineup. Starlight Road, Torrential, Trap Dust Shoot, Tom Judgment, 1 Oppression, Two Icarus. I've ran two Icarus in the past as well. Sometimes it can get cloggy, so I'm not surprised to see him only running two. Two deep prison, two bottoms, and the main one deck dev. Yeah, everyone's main decking deck dev for frogs. I think it's hurting frogs a little bit because there was no frogs in top 8, unfortunately. Extra deck, pretty standard, nothing too crazy there. Now the side deck's a little interesting, like two Banisher, two Breaker. I don't know if that's common in Black Wings. Breaker doesn't seem bad. Just I don't know what sides it in. Banisher, one Dust, one Kaiku, two Nolan pulling the rug, two Smashing. Maybe that's for heroes and mirror match. I don't know, but that's why I prefer the players go over. Whenever I do deck profiles, I usually ask them like, what you side this against, but. I didn't get his deck profile. Now Mark's already got his, so we're not gonna go over his. I'll just scroll through it real quick. And third place, Cairo, Value Turbo, only Value Turbo player who made it. So two Armageddon, two Greffer. That's the standard lineup. I've tried 3-1, but I think 2-2 might just be the best way. One Gale, one Shura. This is funny. My friend John Vigil. I've never thought about running Shura, but my friend John Vigil ran one Shura. It doesn't seem bad. But he is playing it. 3 Sirocco, 3 Value, 2 Caius, 1 Card Trooper, 1 Chaos Sorcerer, 1 Dark Arm, 1 Gores, 1 Lila, 1 Necro, 1 Plague. So only 2 Raikos, and he is playing the charge, so that's interesting. I get running only 2 Raiko because it's just you never want to draw 2 of them. Like I've ran 2 in the past, but I've never ran it without Hamster. Now he's running 2 Raiko, no Hamster. That's interesting. And Cold Wave in the spell lineup. I wonder why Cold Wave. I don't know. I've never thought about it, but maybe he'll do an explanation on his channel. I'm sure he will. Now, Traps, 2 bottomless, 1 deck dev. Again, everyone's main deck and deck dev. 2D Prison, the main deck Icarus attack. I thought that card was okay whenever I tried it. 1 Mirror Force, 1 Return, 1 Torrential, 1 Trap Dust Shoot. Extra deck standard, nothing too special there. Side deck, 1 Cyber Dragon, 1 Crow. So I think he likes doing a lot of one-of side decks. I know some people like the one-ofs in their side, not me. That's not me. But it looks like that's his playstyle maybe. 1 Cyber, 1 DD Crow, 1 Dust, 1 Fossil, 1 Light Mirror made for Light Sworn, 1 Lightning Vortex, 1 Master Trail, Mind Control Pipe for the Mirror. Oh my gosh, 1 MST in the side deck. I don't have the guts to do this because I respect Black Whirlwind too much. I've thought about it in the past, but then every time I'm like, yeah, but I gotta draw this card against Blackwing. So, but he put it in the side. 1 Rug, 2 Oppression. Yeah, Value. You either main or side the Oppressions. I've always said this. It's either 2 or 0 with Oppression. I hate when people play 1. So he at least put both of them in the side. That's how I just feel it's 2 or 0. 1 Soul Release. Yeah, it's for Frog Heroes. Frog Heroes are just getting too popular. I saw way more Frog Heroes for this event than in the past. 1 Snarler Row and 1 Vanity Scene. Next up, we got the Johnny's X Saber deck. 1 giant rat, 1 rescue cat, 1 Sangan, 1 monk, 3 Arabella, 1 I don't even know what that is. Galahad, 3 Emer's Blade, 3 False Troll, 2 Fulham Knight, 1 Rocky Gura, 3 book. Yeah, this deck needs book. 1 brain, 1 giant Trune, 1 heavy storm, 2 Gold Sark, probably for the cat or the heavy or the monk. 1 level limit area B. Yeah, they mostly play that card in this deck. 1 mind control, 1 MST, 1 for 1 Rhoda. Traps, 1 call, 3 got him. He's got 3 Saberhole. That probably won him a lot of games, I'm guessing. Solemn Judgment, Star Road, and 1 Trap's done. Extra deck, only 1 Hyonle, 2 Golems, 1 Urbellum, Stardust, Mistworm. I'm trying to see if there's anything. Yeah, 2 Armory Arm. Okay. He must go for the Armory Arm Colossal OTK a lot. Side deck, 2 Bottomless, 1 Compose, 2 Cyber, 3 Kaikus. Wow. 2 Light Mirror, 1 Mirror Force, 1 My Body, and 1 Trap's done. So yeah, congrats to him. Taking X Sabers all the way to the top 4. I didn't get his deck profile, but I'm sure someone out there on YouTube will. There's a lot of people getting deck profiles. That's why I got Mark's, because I know he watches the channel, and I got his in second. Even though he keeps asking me to do my intro every time I see him, even though I'm embarrassed. Maybe I'll do it next time if you win, man, and if I get your deck profile. Anyways, so that's the top 4. So now we're going to go over how my tournament went. Let's see. Yeah. I decided to play Frog Heroes again. I actually played it at the remote YCS, and I've been playing. You guys have been watching the channel. I've been playing this deck for the past few months. The reason I played it is because I won the Ultimate Time Wizard a year ago. I never actually ran it back with this deck. The only other time I played it at a big event after Indy was in the 3v3, which we lost on the bubble, but I kind of was like, okay, let me try this deck one more time, just by myself, and it's almost the exact same list I used at the remote YCS. I think it was 1 card. The only difference was in my main deck, I added the 3rd Swap Frog. Side deck was a little different though, but yeah. So round one, I get paired against Eric Michael Chai from Chicago. I know he's from. I'm pretty sure he's part of that Chicago group. I won the die roll. I didn't know what he was playing though when he sat down. I wasn't sure because I recognized his face from the thumbnails of Sack Face's channel, but I was like, ooh, I can't. I didn't know what he was playing. So I won the roll, open 1 for 1, and just go for the soft lock. My hand was pretty good. I think I had like Kai's Miracle, but then he opened Black Whirlwind, made an Arbor Master, half my sub, and then deck dev'd me. So what's crazy is he's main decking one deck dev and he drew it. I mean, I'm not surprised. All these Chicago guys are always main decking deck dev. Eric ran 2 at Niagara, and I was talking to Marcus Hayden, and he was also, I guess him and Eric kind of using the same list with one main deck dev in their Blackwing deck. It's hurting frogs really bad. And yeah, so from now on, if you guys face someone from Chicago, if you just sit down, ask your opponent where they're from. If they're from Chicago, they're probably main decking one deck dev. Whether it's GBs, they might deck dev their Geyseris, or in Frog Heroes, their Caius, their Gorge. You never know. Heck, just one. I'm just kidding, guys. But yeah, I think the deck dev just hurt. He had hand knowledge, and he outed my my soft lock. Otherwise, I would probably. He had to have both. That's what's unfortunate. If he didn't have the Whirlwind, at least it wouldn't have been as bad. But it's fine. I think I outed the Whirlwind, but then so he wins game 1, but I don't even remember exactly what happened. I just know the deck dev hurt and the Whirlwind, and then game 2. What happened game 2? All I remember game 2 was he opened Whirlwind again, and it was like a really close back and forth game. But then I think there was one scenario that I remember was towards the end. He had like a Bora on the field and one back row, and I think I had like a Caius or something. I had one monster that was bigger than his Bora, and I had to decide, or I think I had a Malicious Edge in my hand and another card, and I had to decide to bring back Treeborn to play around his back row. But then if I attack his Bora and he like deprisons me or something, then I can't tribute from my Malicious Edge, and then I'm just stuck, and I'm like at 27. I think I was pretty low. I can't remember what exactly happened, but he Icaruses me. And I wasn't sure how, because I don't know, I didn't really see many Icaruses, and I saw Jar game 1, so I had no idea what the read was on his back row, because yeah, I didn't know, and so I decided to bring back the Treeborn in case it's like a D prison or something, and he Icaruses me, and then I can't do anything, and then he has no cards, and I have like a Caius and a Malicious Edge in my hand, so he draws and he passes, so then I go draw, then it's my turn, but I'm at 27, so I have to choose I can't remember what I drew for my turn, but it was like Caius Malicious, so I can't summon Malicious Edge because he doesn't have a monster. So I pass, so I'm at 27. He has one card in his hand, and then he draws, and he has 2 cards. I'm at 27. He even asked me, you're at 27, right? I was like, yeah. And I was like, I got scared. I was like, what could you draw? I think 2 Blizzards were gone already, and his Goyo was gone. Yeah, because I wasted cards to get rid of his Goyo. So even if he draws Blizzard, he can't kill me. And he goes, summon Kalut, attack, drop Kalut, and it was game, man. Yeah. Losing round 1 sucks. I remember I was talking to Gary, and he told me to, shake it off. And to me, I don't mind losing round 1. I know I've told this story in the past, but when I won my first YCS, or the only YCS I won, but back in 2013, I actually lost round 1 and then won 15 in a row. And even when I got second place earlier this year at Indy, I drew round 1 and then made it all the way to the final. So it's not, to me, losing round 1's, because you had to go X1 anyway at the Ultimate Time Wizard, so it's not a big deal. So I was like, whatever, I'll shake it off. But yeah, lost round 1 to Eric. He played well. I could tell he's really good. He's good at making reads. So yeah, congrats to him. And then round 2, I get paired against Frog Hero Joseph. What's funny is Joseph and I actually played in the remote YCS a few weeks ago in the Frog Hero mirror match, and he 2-0'd me that time. So this was a rematch, and I didn't know who he was because in the remote YCS he was covering his face because it's a webcam YCS, so I didn't know who he was, but he was playing. I can't remember. Maybe he was playing on the same mat. I don't remember, but I kind of recognize his voice. But anyways, we sit down and I win the die roll, and I don't really remember game 1. I think my hand was just better than his. I had it. I went first, opened the frog combo, and I think his hand was just kind of weak, and I ended up winning. But game 2, I think I got wrecked game 2. I think I was baiting on my Vanity's Fiend sticking, and he had the out. He soul exchanged me, and I remember I had like back rows to try. I think he does shoot at me game two. Yeah, he does shoot at me, so he knew what to play around. That's another reason. Yeah, I lost the does shoot really hurt, and he had the out to my Vanity's Fiend, and I had like Regeki break. I was like, I'm gonna try to protect my Vanity's Fiend if he like sets his Regeki break to try and out it, but after that, his hand was like insane. Like he just had everything. And then we go to game three. Now this was what's crazy is remember he and I played in the remote YCS a few weeks ago, and he got me the exact same way he got me game two in the remote YCS. He drew his water art, his super poly, and it was like a deja vu. Like is exact. I lost the exact same way I lost in the remote YCS. So, I don't know. It's like sometimes this is one thing I want to talk about when you go to these events. Like I go in, I'm sure most people you go in with a game plan to how you're gonna side in versus each matchup, but sometimes you see what your opponent side decks, so you kind of like change mid tournament, and I kind of like I wasn't sure whether he was side decking like fiends and stuff, so I don't know. Maybe you should just stick to the same game, but sometimes I make adjustments depending on what I see game one and game two. But game three, he just got me. I couldn't out the Vanity's Fiend, and yeah, I lost. So I go 0-2. And what's crazy is I also went 0-2 RBT New York, so I dropped. I was like, I don't feel like playing anymore. I have no shot. Yeah, I could have kept playing for fun, but I was like, I'm just gonna go join some pods. I went to go try and sign up for pods, but unfortunately, this is one thing I want to mention for those of us because I know some of us are going to the Ultimate Time Wizard 3-3 in Vegas. I at least from what I saw, I'm not sure. I don't think they had any hat pods. The only pods I saw that had Edison, Tengu, Go, and they had 2013 Meadowlands. But I don't know how many people they got. When I was there, this was day one. I didn't see a single Meadowlands pod fire off. I did enter one Tengu pod. I guess I'll over quickly how that went. So I actually entered a Tengu pod. So my guess is for Vegas, they're gonna do the same thing they did last year. Go Edison Tengu. That's what I'm preparing for. If you guys want to start preparing for that, if you think Hat is gonna fire off, I don't think so. Now I could be wrong, but if I had to bet, I would say it's going to be Go Edison Tengu. But I joined the Tengu pod. Round one, I played against. I'll just go over quickly what happened in the Tengu pod. Round one, I played against TGs. I lost game one. I won game two, and game three, I had double decree and I destroyed him. He had a bunch of trap cards in his hand, so I win round one in the Tengu pod. And round two, I play Tengu Mirror, and it was kind of a blow. I kind of blew him out. I don't remember how. I think I does shoot him. Yeah, I does shoot him, and his hand was awful. Game one, I hit like the best card out of his hand. And then I won. And game two, I don't even remember what happened. It was a quick 2-0. But I made the finals of the Tengu pod after going 0-2 in the main event. So I felt pretty good. And then I played against Agents. I lost game one. And I won game two. And game three was rough. He like just kept dropping Christie on me. And like I haven't played Tengu much. So I don't think I played bad. I think my side deck was horrible. Like I remember I sided in Leech in the Light because Billy Brake used to play that back in the day. I don't think that card's that good. I think like I had it and I had to use it on Christia just to get over, and then just went back on top of his deck. I don't know. And like I remember I had Tour Guy, and I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather just have a card. I think my body's pretty good because I got him with my body game two. My body, his Orange Light. So I think my body's pretty good against Agents, and then maybe outs to Christia. Yeah, but as far as Leech and Light goes, I don't think that card that great. But I ended up losing. It was unfortunate, but I had a lot of fun. I like Tengu form. I know people think I'm against Tengu. I love Tengu, but it just in real life, the Tengu meta is different than the online meta. I've always said that, but we'll see. I'm almost certain that it's gonna be Tengu at Vegas, so I just want to go quick recap over that. And plus, we have a Tengu mat. That's the new Time Wizard mat. So almost certainly it's almost those guys who think they're not gonna do Tengu. It's gonna be Edison Tengu and most likely Goat. Maybe they'll replace Goat with Hat, but I doubt it. All right, so now we'll go over what happened to me in the Attack of the Giant card. I did this. What's crazy is I actually booked my flight to leave early, like mid-afternoon, but I didn't know. Like I knew the main event would be over, so I was thinking most likely if I do happen to win the whole tournament, I'll still be able to make my flight. And if I win the whole tournament, then I'll just book another flight. I don't care. But so I go in, I was kind of thinking, even if I decided to join the Attack of the Giant card, but I'm probably not going to finish the tournament because I had to catch my flight. So round one, I sit down and I get paired against Eric Michael Chai again. which was crazy. It's like, what the heck? I've got paired against you round one in the main event now again. I don't know, but we got paired. So I was kind of like, okay, maybe we'll see if I knew it was gonna be tough because just you can always tell when you sit down your opponent. Like I knew he was good just after our match day one. So game one, I think I opened like the sub combo and like he did make a little bit of a comeback, but I just overwhelmed him with like junk and Unifrog sniping his back rows and Miracle Fusion and yeah, and then game two, what happened? Game two, he actually wrecked me pretty bad. I can't remember how. Yeah, I don't remember what happened game two. I just remember I got wrecked. Game three was the close game. I actually thought I was gonna win. Obviously what hurt me was that he opened Dust Shoot the third game, and he Dust Shooted my Swap Frog. So then I had like miracles and stuff. So obviously that's the thing about Dust Shoot is like he knows all my cards so he can play around them. I remember I had like Dupe, Alias, like a Caius, like a Malicious Edge, a Prodigy, and I saw the trap card. Was it Dark Illusion? One of the trap card that protects your dark monster from being targeted. So I saw it game two. So I remember I had a choice where I go special summon Prodigy, and I had a choice to either tribute for Caius and hit his Gale because he galed over my Stratos and had a Mirror Force set. So I just let it go. I didn't Mirror Force him, and then I thought about it. Do I Caius? But I wanted to draw the card because I need to get to Swap Frog. I need access to Treeborn. So I go Malicious Edge, tribute my Prodigy from Malicious Edge so I can draw a card. Attack over his Gale. He deprisons it, and then I draw for Prodigy. The next turn I summon Alias, attack over his Gale, and I'm like slowly winning. And then eventually I set deprison, so he has like Gale, and I think he summons Kalut. He goes Whirlwind, Kalut, and then like I out his Whirlwind. I forgot how. And then I run over his Kalut. So he's got two Darks in the grave. And then eventually he summons Shura, but doesn't do anything with it. And then I attack. So this is the thing that's like I knew he had Dark Arm. I was pretty certain he didn't have Blizzard or the Kalut. So I was guessing he had Dark Arm in his hand. So I have Mirror Force, Alias, and then I think I tributed my Dupe Frog for Caius. That way I can have a Miracle alive. But then he like soul released me, so he made my Miracle dead. And then I Caius his Shura, he solemns it. So I have Mirror Force, Regeki Break. So I'm pretty sure he has Dark Arm in his hand. But I have Regeki Break. So I summon Alias, attack his Shura. He doesn't have the Kalu, lets it go. And then he drops Dark Arm. He probably knows that my other back row is not Regeki Break. So he goes for the old one, which is really good by him. And I chain Regeki Break. But I was still in an okay spot. Like I Miracle. Eventually I drew into Substitute. Substitute, pop, get swap. Dump Treeborn, so I have Caius in hand. I Miracle Fusion him and pass. I was like at 5,000, and then he draws Dyna and activates Wind Control, as my boy D Nasty likes to call it. Brain controls my Ab Zero and then attacks him for game. And I was like, I had Caius in my hands, like I'm gonna win. I knew he didn't have Blizzard, so and then it just Wind Control but he had it. I think he had it set as a bluff forever. Yeah, that's what he told me. But it's crazy. The Dyna wouldn't have mattered because I didn't have Gorge in my hand anyway, so he could have just drew any other monster and just attacked me for game. But I think what's funny is there was one other thing I could have done. Like I could have crashed because I remember he had a Goyo on the field and he took my Alias. It's one of the reasons why my Miracle was dead. I could have maybe crashed. I could have maybe crashed my Zero into his Goyo and blow up the field. Right. I remember that was another choice. Crash my Goyo into my Zero into his Goyo would have got rid of his field, but then he would have just summoned Dyna, and then my hand is like dead. So I think I did the right move by just Swap Frog. My Zero is at 3k. Unfortunately, as Swap Frog can't run over Alias. What's Alias defense is 13, I think? Yeah, I think Alias's defense is 13. And I just, I lost the brain control. I thought I was okay. But, I hate brain control. I've lost. Every time with frogs, I always lose that way. Is by them brain controlling my Ab Zero and then just doing a ton of damage in the game. And I usually don't have Gores or Battle Fade or anything. I can't. I've lost track of how many times I've lost that way. But that was my tournament run. I didn't win a single match in Edison. It was bad, man. Bad trip for me. But I've noticed like the Frog Hero deck. I think game one it's good, but it's flawed. Like game two and like with people main decking deck dev, and then game two and three, there's just so much. A lot of the side cards against Froggies are so good. Versus the other decks, they don't really have cards that really blow them out. Like Black Wings, there's not really a card that really blows them out. I guess maybe Consecrated Light or Vayu. There's not really much like a really. My friends joke that Frogs is the deck that gets Legacy 2-0 the most, and I think it's true. Because like I got Legacy 2-0 by Michael and Joe, and yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna continue playing Frogs. I like to change decks every once in a while, but overall I had fun. You know, my performance was awful, but maybe a little switches here and there. Maybe I could have won. Maybe some side deck choices. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy that tournament report. And yeah, I think we have 3 events coming up. We have Las Vegas, 3v3 in March. We got Orlando and the RBT in LA. I'm going to try to go to all 3 of them. Yeah, so I'll see you guys there. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time.